And what's cracking, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's analysis on ICP. Actually, it's going to be a bit of a mix of an analysis because we're in these market conditions where there's a lot of fear right now. Yeah, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of uncertainty on the bull market, whether it's a bull market or a bear market. What I'm going to be doing from now on is that I'll be presenting to you Bitcoin's chart as well, because I believe that Bitcoin sort of is a good representation of the entire index of the crypto market. If you ever want to figure out if we're in a bull market or a bear market, the best chart to be looking at right now is always going to be Bitcoin's chart, even for the altcoins, okay? It's going to be like it's an index for the crypto sphere. All right, so here's what we're going to be talking about today. Is it a bull market or is it a bear market? So for that, we're going to be evaluating Bitcoin's chart. The next thing that we're going to be talking about today is when's alt season? When's alt season? Because if you want ICP to rally to get you those X's, 100%, 200%, 300%, 4, 5, doesn't matter. You want that. You need the alt season. So now what is it that I personally am going to be looking out for me to be like, okay, that signals alt season. So what is that one criteria that I'm going to be looking for? That I will be revealing in today's video, as well as, we'll be then jumping on over to ICP's chart, where we'll be dissecting this beautiful picture right here. And based on this, is ICP going to dump from here or is it going to pump from here? What is that criteria that we're going to be looking for in order for us to then anticipate the next move on ICP's chart? Cool beans, of course. Timestamps in the description below. No, I am not in my rockstar era right now. It's just that if I take off these glasses, guys, you guys are going to be staring death right in the face. And because I look like death today. So to prevent that from happening, I got my really cool sunglasses on today. So hopefully I'm a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Actually, no, before we begin, there's just a bit of housekeeping that I do want to go over. In celebration of Mark's birthday, which was earlier this week, we are running a sale on the Lifeline indicator specifically. The coupon code is BTC.D24. You guys can find the indicator on the mango.markets/lifeline. Now go ahead, watch these videos, watch all the videos, check out what the indicator does for you and how freaking magical it has been. A lot of you guys have been really enjoying this indicator. The coupon code can be applied on every single plan that we have on the Lifeline indicator. So now with that, let's get into, well, the first chart being Bitcoin. Well, what are we trying to figure out here? Well, are we in a bull market or are we in a bear market? And for that, guys, I'm going to say keep it as simple as possible. How do I establish? What's the simplest way for me to establish if we're in a bull market or a bear market? Now, I, for one, guys, I maintain an entire checklist of bull market and bear market signatures, which helps me get out at the right time, either take profits at the right time or start entering into my positions at the right time, right? My long-term positions. Now, this entire checklist I've revealed to the Mango Seed community. We are actually, currently we are sort of building a checklist for the bear market as well. So stay tuned for that for those of you in the Mango Seed program. But on the monthly time frame, guys, here's one reveal, okay, from that checklist. Get into the monthly time frame, zoom out, turn on your 10 simple moving average. Yeah, that's simple. 10 simple moving average. Okay, I'm going to turn off everything else besides the 10. All right, the 10 on my chart is the white line running right through. And the criteria is very simple. If price is over the 10 simple moving average, bull market territory. If it's under the 10 simple moving average, bear market territory. All right, I've kept it that simple. So this is one of the signals that I look for in order for me to anticipate if we're in a bull market or a bear market. Now, there are others that keeps me tighter with the trend. That way, when I do want to start taking out profits off the table, I can. But this is one of the indicators that gives me a broader sort of view on what's going on with the cycles. So right now, if I just zoom into this picture, where is price relative to the 10 SMA? Well, we're over it. So I'm saying bull market is still intact. For as long as we're over the 10 SMA, bull market intact. Okay, more importantly, guys, we actually opened a brand new weekly candle on Bitcoin yesterday. So let's go ahead and check out how we fared so far on the weekly close. And I want you guys to notice that previous weekly candle that actually did really well. I mean, just look at the pickup on that candle. Right, that was the shadow on that candle shows you the amount of buying pressure that came in right there at the end of the week right there. Okay, so this is actually really good. But in addition to that, guys, I actually gave you an entire bid opportunity on Bitcoin, which is primarily hinged on one of our key foundational indicators that keeps us on the right side of the trend, all right, which is the Mango dynamic indicator. Go ahead and pull up the dynamic. It is super powerful if you are a trend trader and you want to capitalize on those crazy monstrous moves to the upside, okay? It keeps you on the right side of the trend, and it tells you exactly when is the time to be entering and what are those amazing good opportunities on the chart. Now, even if I zoom out, notice when we did get the reversal right here on Bitcoin, we took out the dynamic. Now, this happened in Jan of 23. That's when we were actually calling bull market territory for Bitcoin. And every touch of the dynamic support got picked up. All right, that's where the buyers stepped in. Those are all the key levels right there. Every single touch of, and yet again, guys, yet again, like this was so easy. It's like a playbook. Just give it to you and there you have it. Voila. Based on this dynamic support, there's a seedling who caught some excellent bids on the mango dynamic support. And I want to give a huge shout out to Ajesh from the Mango Seed program. And this is something that I want to share with you. And this is going to be critical to each and every one of you, and I'm sure you're going to be able to resonate with this. He says, I know Sean talks about this a lot, but I try and keep trading really simple. Last week, I bought the weekly dynamic on Bitcoin and a few alts. I'm not saying this to brag, but before last week, I hadn't took a trade for a few weeks and was waiting patiently. Guys, believe me, sometimes the best thing you can do, the best trade you can take is no trade at all. Okay? Sometimes all you need in this world to flourish as a good trader is just patience. So Ajesh actually bought the weekly dynamic and he is sitting freaking pretty right now, just to show you. Okay, look at the bounce on that weekly dynamic, right? But think of how many weeks he had to wait to first get the test on the weekly dynamic. This is what I mean. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is take no trade at all. Just wait patiently. As a trader, even patience is a massive virtue. Okay, so he goes on to say, when I bought last week, I knew that I would have to wait for the weekly close, so I tried my hardest not to keep looking at the charts. What enabled me to buy? Well, I was all right being wrong. I feel like my psychology is improving all the time, believing in my indicators and risk management. Sean said something in a live stream a while ago, and it really stuck with me. And Ajesh, I remember this line too. Guys, this is what Sean said. Okay, now listen to this loud and clear. Sean said, you can take all my indicators and charts away. Give me a coin to flip. If it's a heads, I long, and I will still outperform 90% of the traders out there. And this is owing primarily to that risk management system. Your risk management is so key. If you are someone getting chopped out right now, I don't care what time frame you're playing, it's a risk management system that's always going to keep you on the right side of any trade. It's going to show you how to be wrong without giving too much back to the market. Right? You need a risk management system. If you do not have a risk management system, now's the time to hunker down, start building on those foundations for this bull run that's going to commence very soon. And check this out for amazing coincidence. Just yesterday, one of our newest seedlings, who's Frank, you got to the risk management module really quick. I gotta say that. He says, I haven't finished it yet, taken it all in. He's talking about the risk management module. He said, I apparently have been putting on more risk than I should have, and I can acknowledge that today, through watching your risk management module, has changed my whole perception on risk and flipped it on its head pretty much. You're taking on more risk than you think when you first start and go down the rabbit hole. And I think we are all sort of guilty of that. So you go down the rabbit hole. I don't believe some people really understand the risk enough until you listen to Sean on the Seed program. And I think that one risk management module has changed a lot of our lives, including me. I have not taken a trade on when Sean presented that entire system to me from that day, which was like 7 years ago, until today, I have not taken a single trade without going through that system first. I just cannot, because that's what essentially gives me the confidence to go and put on the trade. So I'm going to implore you guys, if you are looking to sort of level up this bull market, you're looking to play it well with that risk management foundational knowledge, check out the Seed program. You're not going to regret it. The mango.markets.com/seed. I mean, don't hear it from me. Just go ahead and look at all the testimonials, jump into the Discord chat, speak to the seedlings, and they'll tell you exactly what it is that you're getting here and how it has changed all of their freaking lives right here. So go through the curriculum if you're looking to actively participate in this bull run, because we are in the bull run. Make no mistake of that. So this is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Remember, sometimes the best trade you can take is no trade at all. Just be patient. All right, so once again, the key levels that I personally am going to be looking for on Bitcoin is weekly dynamic. If you can get another test here, nothing like it, because managing a trade off that weekly dynamic is going to be very, very, very easy. Managing your risk off on Bitcoin is going to be very easy. You know when you're wrong very fast, just in case it breaks. Okay, now as far as the altcoin season thesis is concerned, for that, I've been looking at just one chart, okay, to help me. Actually, not one chart. I think that would be, that's not a good representation. But I've been looking at Bitcoin dominance in addition to the entire market structure. Now, it's a recipe that I'm looking for on Bitcoin dominance, okay? All right, the first one. I want to see the alts pump across the board. Okay, I want to see the altcoins looking healthy, looking strong, looking bullish. Right? I mean, it's an alt season after all. You want to see that at the very least, okay? So alt's pumping. And, okay, it's a two-part recipe. And Bitcoin dominance falling. Okay, preferably for me underneath that 54 percentile mark. So less than 54%. If we can get this recipe, I'm saying all season is here. Because what is this really telling us? That the alts are looking really, really healthy. If it's all pumping, however, in that same period, Bitcoin dominance is falling. It's telling me that, hey, the alts are outperforming Bitcoin. The alts are making up more in market capitalization than Bitcoin. All right, telling me that the alts are running harder than Bitcoin. That's where my equity is best spent if I'm looking to go risk on and I'm looking to make more money this bull run. Alrighty, so far we don't have that just yet. Bitcoin dominance is not below 54% just yet, so we don't have that as a part of the recipe. But now question is the alts looking healthy? Well, for that now, let's jump right into ICP. So far, ICP through a weekly perspective, we are sort of holding a key region of support, right? This was a multi-year region of resistance, now flipped into support that came in at around $9. However, currently price is hovering well over $9. Question is, can we actually make our way back to that $9 region? I don't think it's as clear-cut. Okay, here's why. Because if there's one cornerstone indicator, once again, that I've been talking to you guys about on ICP's chart that's holding the trend right now is that weekly dynamic support. Switch on your Mango dynamic indicator and you can see right here, as soon as ICP actually started closing some very, very bullish candles over the dynamic resistance now flipped into support, dynamic turns green, tempo's gone off, rally. Right? That was a really, really good rally to the upside from just dynamic support all the way to the top of the range. That was a good 200% just on that. Right? And now notice, so far, guys, every dip into that dynamic support has been picked up by the buyers. Right? That's where we've seen a bit of the buying force actually step in right there. So I'm looking at this as ICP still maintaining trend. However, it's gotten really, really weak there, that entire dynamic support. It's not a very thick cloud. It's very narrow. For those of you who do not have access to the dynamic indicator, but you want access to the numbers on the cloud, please go ahead and take note of it. It comes in at around $12 bottom of the range right there. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and take note of it. I will be annotating the number on my screen. But now question is, do we actually break that region of support, perhaps even sending us back all the way down to $9 on ICP? Well, for that, I want you guys to start defaulting on over to your Mango dashboard, because it was the dashboard last time as well that sort of kept us on the right side of ICP, right? The last time we spoke about ICP, we were hovering at the top of the range right here. Right? And based on the dashboard told us that, hey, yeah, ICP rallied, but the bulls might start getting exhausted on this region of resistance. So start looking for much, much, much greedier bids. For those of you who do not know that range that we were talking about, that bid zone that we were talking about, this was it right here. Came in from around $12.82 going all the way down to $12.64. Okay, this was that zone right here. And notice how prices, when they were up there, they made their way all the way back down to that weekly dynamic support. All right, but it was the Mango dashboard that helped us anticipate that dump to the downside. So once again, let's go ahead and default on over to our Mango dashboard to see what ICP could be doing in the shorter term. Now, of course, guys, you can find this on app.mangoresearch.co. From this list, let's go ahead and filter out ICP. All right, so ICP USDT, the bears have taken over. 4 hour to the 2 day time frame, the bears have taken over. You can see volatility very, very healthy, very compressed. When I see volatility this compressed, I'm looking for the next expansion move. But in what direction? Well, I'm saying always fall back on over to your trend. If the expansion move has to come to us, the trend is telling us that, hey, the bears are completely in control now. So you could see that expansion move actually happen to the downside. And also notice 12-hour time frame, we have potential bearish divergence. So I'll be dissecting this today to give you the criteria and when that bearish divergence actually triggers, because that will give us a good sort of that'll give us some like a perimeter as to when to look for that next move to the downside if we have to get it. All right, so with that, let's get back on over to ICP. Dashboard's telling us that bears are in control. They could take this down further. I want to first go ahead and dissect that 12-hour potential bearish divergence. All right, what's going to trigger that bearish divergence? Because whatever it is right now, yes, it's weekly support. I'm not fighting weekly support. Okay, weekly dynamic support, I'm not fighting it, especially when it's been holding so well so long. So at the very least, I say wait on the weekly close underneath that dynamic support at $12 before we can then anticipate that next sort of move to the downside. All right, that's the ultimate confirmation for me. Candle closes underneath weekly dynamic support. But before then, guys, can we actually get a tell? Well, 12-hour, get into the 12-hour time frame, switch on your oscillators. Let's go ahead and figure out where that potential bearish divergence is actually falling in at. If I'm being honest with you guys, I think this looks like it has been triggered already. We've taken out this wick low right here, right, as well as this low right here. So I'll say this. This move is going to be confirmed if we can close the next 12-hour candle underneath $12.64, which at that point, I believe we're going to get a sweep all the way down to $12 on the dot, which is our mango dynamic support. It's only when we start closing those weekly candles underneath that $12 region will I then be anticipating further downside on ICP. Is all dead for ICP at that point? No, it's not, because Bitcoin is still in its bull run parameters. Okay, for as long as Bitcoin is doing well on those on its bull run signatures, I'm saying the alts still have a chance to rally from here as well. So yeah, ICP could come down to $9 and then bounce right off of $9 to then continue the bull run. Right? It's about anticipating where can you find those good bids. But I'll say this on ICP, especially looking at the weekly time frame. Don't jump the gun on any bearish narratives on ICP. Okay, here's why. Just check out the oscillators, guys. Right, we could actually be looking at potential bullish divergence, double bullish divergence on the oscillators on the weekly time frame, which is much stronger. All right, we're seeing a series of lower lows on the RSI, lower lows on Stokes as well, but in that same corresponding period, we're seeing higher lows on price action. All right, all falling into weekly dynamic support, weekly 21 EMA support. There's so much support. Right, this right now at this juncture is a better bid opportunity than it is a sell opportunity. Because if price breaks, you know you're wrong very, very, very fast, and you get to get out with a minimal loss as well. Okay, so don't jump the gun on ICP. The bulls could very well still come in right here and pick prices up. Alrighty, so I say wait on the call, wait on the break, because sometimes the best trade you can take is no trade at all until the right high probability trade setup presents itself to you. The bulls take over in earnest once we actually start closing candles over $15.66. If we start doing that on the weekly time frame, I'm saying bull market on, ICP rallies even further, at which point I will then be giving you guys additional targets to the upside. Now, once again, guys, if you're looking to actively trade this bull market and you want to learn the finer points of execution, trade execution, you want to execute with finesse, you also want to have that risk management system pat down to allow you to execute with finesse, well, then check out the Mango Seed program. Okay, you'll find this on the mangoway.com/seed. This bull market, guys, there is no better investment you can make for yourself. I promise you that. Get into the Discord chat, speak to all the seedlings. We all have the same thing to say. It is life-changing. All right, you'll find it right here. Check it out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like. I'll now see you in the next update. It's either going to be a daily or it's going to be a live stream. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know in the Discord chat. Alrighty, with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.